wasn't that long ago that Mini just made one car, the Mini, but now there's the Mini Hatchback, the Mini Convertible, the Mini Countryman and the Mini Clubman. And from October, there's going to be this, the Mini Coupe. It'll cost from £16,640 when it goes on sale. That's not even £2,000 more than the equivalent Mini Hatchback, although the spec is higher as standard. It's designed to compete with cars like the Audi TT and the Peugeot RCZ. That is pretty ambitious. So what do members of the What Car Reader test team think?
The design, obviously the Mini's an iconic design anyway, but particularly the roof obviously is very distinctive, and I think it works really well in the flesh. Inside the cabin's got a very much a real premium feel. Seats are fantastically comfortable. Yeah, it just feels like a nice place to be. There seems to be a split level in the boot floor, which I think would be potentially a source of annoyance on a day-to-day basis. I kind of do wonder who it would appeal to. I always think with cars, whether they're male or female cars, and I'm still not convinced what this is.
When the covers came off, really liked the look at the front. It was really good to see the smooth headlights. You could turn up at any event and not feel embarrassed. The spoiler that sits on the rear roof adds a slightly different edge to the car from a side profile. I like it. Looks good.
Having seen it, I was pleasantly surprised. I like the roof line. I really like the spoiler that pops up. I really like the font. Of all the things to notice, the font on the Speedo, it's like a proper BMC Speedo. I'm not too sure about some of the plastics here, but this is fine. These are a bit, that's a minor quibble.
I think it looks different, it looks sporty, it still have the look of the Mini, and I particularly like the shape of the roof and the design of the roof. It's definitely the biggest boot in a Mini range. I mean, one of the things my friends always say to me that yes, the Mini is nice, but it's not very practical. But I think this time they won't say that. One of the reasons I was interested to come here today is because I really want to get one. So.
Now, no matter how good the Mini Coupe is, it's not going to be the only retro-style car vying for buyers' attentions in the next 12 months. The new Volkswagen Beetle.
Well, what I like is the quality that they've gone for, and a lot of the features that you can now get in it. A lot of the, the sat nav and Bluetooth and what have you. It's sort of going more towards that premium brand, almost like an Audi A1, as it were.
First impressions are really good. Before, I've liked Beetles, but I've never wanted to buy one because it just seems a bit like a novelty car. Looking around this, my impressions have changed. It just seems really grown up in a way. It seems more masculine, and the inside just looks a lot nicer than the old car. The old one seemed quite plasticky. Really, really impressed with it. I mean, I'd consider buying one.
The trouble with this one is it's trying to be now a little bit too mainstream, copying the Golf or Polo or something. The front of the car is very much a Beetle, but if you look at the back, it's the tail lamps, everything, they're just going more square, and they've lost the original circularity of the original Beetle. Another thing I didn't like is on the old new Beetle, the driving position was in the center of the car, and the whole thing is it made it very fun to drive in comparison to any other car, because this car at the end of the day is basically a Golf or an Audi A3 or something like that, just with a different body. But the thing is, what made it special was the fact that the driving position was so far back, the dashboard was so huge that it just made the whole car really, really fun to drive.
As I'm a driving instructor, I currently teach in one of the older shaped new Beetles. Whilst it has been a very good car to learn to drive in, I think the new one will be even better, mainly because the dash is smaller. The wing mirrors on this one are nice and big. Like the old one, the visibility is pretty good in this car, which will make it nice and easy for them to do the manoeuvres. There's no flowers in this one, so the boys might want to drive more often without having to take the flowers out first. And the general feel of it is nice and high quality, so they're going to really want to learn in this car and feel that they've had a good quality lesson in it.
So, which do you prefer? Mini Coupe or new Volkswagen Beetle? Leave your comments below.